In tonight's Words and Pictures, you will meet an unusual artist who takes us into the future by way of dental equipment. Hal Clement is here to explain.
I think this is one you got to see rather than maybe just have me explain it, Marty. He calls himself a builder of galaxies. Richard Murray has created a series of acrylic sculptures of these futuristic colonies, part of the fantasy galaxy he calls Condra Donn. Now, there are two of his works at the Smithsonian, another one at the Kennedy Space Center, and he makes them right here in San Diego. Welcome to the world of Condra Donn. You won't find it on any map or astronomy chart. You'll find it in the imagination of Richard Murray. He creates his lunar mountains, landscapes, and space cities out of acrylic in 3 dimensions. People are inevitably fascinated by his work, but they have questions, lots of questions.
The image is there. How did you get it in there is my main question. What did you pour over it? That's number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, they pick it up and shake it to see if there's any snow in it, you know?
Nope, no snow, nothing's poured. He creates with a process he calls intersculpt. He carves inside the acrylic from the bottom with dental drills. He may be the only artist who is, in fact, sponsored by a dental supply company.
2 things I don't have to deal with: screaming patients and bad breath.
As he works, as his imagination takes over, he says he feels himself actually drawn into his cities.
In this day and age, everybody's looking for some way to just kind of get away. This is a vacation I take that I don't have to call a travel agent, you know?
He works to scale. 1/8 of an inch equals 6 feet, so he can make all this smaller than a person's foot. This is not the kind of thing you can whip out in an afternoon. This piece took him 450 hours of drilling.
Looks like a giant jello mold, doesn't it?
Not quite. He figures about 8,000 people could live in the city he's created here. His cities are friendly-looking places, maybe because he never creates when he's in a bad mood.
Stay away from bad moods and creativity, because all you're doing then is creating a very creative bad mood.
He was putting the finishing touches here on a guitar for rock star Eddie Van Halen, a $15,000 guitar. First guitar he's ever made, too, but he likes trying new things. He has, at various times, been a jeweler, a contractor, an air conditioning engineer. Says being an artist is best.
I don't have anybody complaining to me, you know. I don't have anybody that's in a bad mood that wants to come around me and say anything about the art or say anything, period, because, you know, it's my studio. They can go, you know.
The guitar, made of acrylic, contains 4 cities and a fortress for Eddie Van Halen. A very different guitar, but what you would expect from the creator of Condra Donn. It is different, isn't it? His work goes from anywhere from $100 to $150,000, depending on what it is.
I wonder how much he would charge for a drum set in acrylic.
More than I've got, Al. You're welcome to call and ask, Bill.
Wow was a good description. I thought you hit it right on the head with wow.
Yeah,
that worked.
That's
and you can
interesting.
spell it in either direction.
Yes.
Absolutely. He said he had to get used to the sound of the dental drill. It did to him what it does to so many of us.
Yes, I have to go tomorrow, and it already brought up all those
no.
terrible
Glad you're in a good
things.
mood.
Yes, thank you, Hal.
More of News 8 tonight at